Hey guys! Today I'm going to discuss to you the basic accounting. So this one, I would like to introduce you the basic steps which can be easily for you to understand when you are going to produce your accounting reports. So here you need to understand the first 5 basic accounts that we are going to use when we are recording our accounting statement, especially regarding with regards to journal entry and the proper recognition of putting it into the general ledger and trial balance. So let's start. Okay. Um, if you will notice, I will give you the 5 ALCRE rule that I have. So these 5, let's start with asset, liabilities, capital, revenue, and expense. So this is the ALCRE rule, wherein you will learn the basic, but yet it's comprehensive idea. Why? The first 3 accounts, which is asset, it is what we own, right? And then liabilities, it is what we own. And then capital, it is what we invest, or it is the beginning capital if we want to start our business. So these 3 accounts are part of balance sheet. Okay? And then because this is part of balance sheet, asset, liabilities, and capital are real accounts. So when you say real, at the beginning and at the end of the year, you will see those accounts. So, and then we have the 2 remaining accounts, which is the R for revenue and E for expenses. These 2 are part of what we call as the income statement. Okay? Income statement. So when we deduct revenue minus expense is equals to either a net profit or a net income or a net loss. Okay, we call it a nominal account. So instead of calling it as real account, we call it as nominal account. So why is it nominal? From the word nomo. So it means to say that at the end of the year, it will bring back into zero account because any result of the revenue or sales minus expenses, it will be added back or deducted to capital. Okay? If you remember, you are dealing with a sole proprietorship or partnership, you added back the net income to the capital. But if your business is a corporation, instead of adding it back to the capital, you put a certain new account which is called as the retained earnings. Okay, another thing. So again, let's go with the ALCRE rule. Okay. Do you remember that when dealing with the accounts, it is important to know what is the debit and what is the credit. Okay. So debit and credit. So on my analysis, let's put the debit into white color and then the credit into red color. Okay. So if you will see the ALCRE, the word ALCRE, A-L-C-R-E. Okay. Let's go with the extreme portion. Okay? The external portion. Asset and expense. So remember this. Original entry of asset and expense are debit. Okay? Gets? Okay. So we put white here so that you will know that these 2 accounts are debit. Okay? And then we have the inner portion. Okay, or the internal part of the ALCRE rule, which is the liabilities, capital, and revenue. And these 3 are, original entries are credit. Okay? Okay, so if someone asks you, where will I put the amount of the original current asset or the non-current asset, which is part of the asset, then original entry here is debit. What about the expenses? So all expenses like salaries, um, SSS, PhilHealth, pag-ibig contribution, and then we have the communication expense, the supplies expense account, and then we have the rent expense, the repair and maintenance expense, donation, etc. Allowances, you put it into the debit side. So original entry, when you purchase something or when you pay a certain amount of expenses, you debit the word debit expenses, credit cash, right? So all expenses, original entry are debit. Okay. So liabilities, we have divided it into two, which is the current liabilities and the non-current liabilities. So with these two, the example here are accounts payable, notes payable, bonds payable, stockholders payable, rent payable, income tax payable, and any other payables. Okay? Original entry of that are credit. Okay? So they are credit. What about the capital? So when you heard the word owner's equity or owner's capital, so it is under a sole proprietorship. So it's the same as capital. With the partnership capital or partner's capital and then partner's equity. When your business is a partnership, and we also call the capital as stockholders equity if your business is a corporation. So in other words, capital are directed and are recorded as original entry credit side. Okay? So they are under credit side. What about the revenue? Revenue, there are three things. It can be called also as sales. If your business is more on a merchandising, you call it as sales. And if your business is more on a service, for example, barbershop, or any other services like Photoshop, etc. So these services can be called as service income or service revenue. Okay? And then if your business is more on a corporation, we call it either revenue or service revenue. So in other words, all revenues, original entries are credit. I hope that this ALCRE rule can help you to determine the correct recording of your accounts. Okay? Again, this is Ma'am Ching, and I'm just hoping that you learn something from me.